When you read about the Jews in the Bible, what color did they look? What color was King Solomon? Let me get that. Songs of Solomon chapter 1.
Bring it out.
Songs of Solomon chapter 1 and verse 1. Watch this.
The Song of Solomon, chapter 1 and verse 1.
Read.
The Song of Songs, which is Solomon.
Whose book is this? Solomon. You tracking? Read.
Verse 5.
Come on.
I am black.
Read that again.
I am black.
What did King Solomon say?
I am black.
What color was King Solomon? According to what? Let's read it again.
I am black.
Let him see it. What color was Solomon? You still don't know. Again, that's why there may be a disconnect. And there's nothing wrong. We understand that. We just see it in real time now. You understand? There's a disconnect when it comes to people of another nation and the Israelites. When God gives it to you to see, you can see. But when you don't got it, you can't see. Read it one more time.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 21 and verse 5.
Come on.
They shall not make baldness upon their head.
Cannot bald your head like the Michael Jordan. Can't bald your head, read.
Neither shall they shave off the corners of their beard.
Neither can you shave off the corners of your beard. You got to let it grow. Now, you can trim it up. You can look nice. But you can't cut into your natural line. Okay? Exactly. Because it's supposed to grow. Matter of fact, the white boys can go in there with the razor and go up, down, all around, do circles. What happens if you do that? Your stuff gonna bump up because you're not supposed to be like that.
That's right.
God has made you a certain way. You are supposed to be holy unto the Lord. But we haven't been taught that. We've been taught that we niggas, we colors. You look at him, y'all think y'all different. No, God is calling something much greater. You just read the commandment in the Bible, right? Watch this. Give me love. Because we'll say we love God, but the true definition of love isn't that ooey gooey feeling you get inside. It ain't jumping up and down in church, running up and down the aisles, hollering, screaming, talking about you speaking in tongues. That ain't in the Bible, and that doesn't equate love. This is what love is according to the Bible. Read.
The book of 1 John, chapter 5 and verse 3. For this is the love of God.
Don't y'all love how the Most High makes it so plain? This is the love of God. This is what it means to love the Lord. Read.
That we keep his commandments.
That what?
That we keep his commandments.
That's what the love of God is. So the way you measure your love is if you do what he says. Any of y'all married? Okay, so if you were married, right, and your wife says she loves you, what would she do? How would she? What would love make her do?
You know?
Modest way as well, because she respects you. She would do as you tell her, right? If she, absolutely, as long as you're following God, she should follow you, right? Now wait a minute. What if your wife says, I love you, I love you, I love you, but she can't stop sleeping with Tom, Dick, and Harry? She's sleeping with other men. She's doing everything that you tell her not to do. Is that love? No. It's the same way with God. It's the same. We'll say we love God, but we don't do the things that God says to do. Like right now, today. Did y'all know today is the Sabbath day?
Yeah, it is. I feel bad for working today because I just breaks my jar. It says whoever doesn't honor the Sabbath shall be put to death.
That's Bible, right? It says, remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. Go ahead.
What about when Jesus saved the goat?
No. We mean, he says, well, you gonna let a goat fall in a ditch?
Yeah.
It's okay to do good on the Sabbath.
Okay.
But the difference is, so for example, if you my brother and your car's broken down, and here it is just stranded, I'm gonna help you on the Sabbath. There's nothing wrong with that. But I'm not gonna work on the Sabbath. I'm not gonna buy and sell on the Sabbath. Ain't no shopping, ain't no cooking, ain't no cleaning. But if I need to help my brother, if something happens, if your house is on fire, I'm gonna let your house burn down. No, it's because it's the Sabbath day. I'm gonna let it burn to the ground. No, Christ was in the snow. It's okay to do good on the Sabbath, but to break the Sabbath, you cannot. So on today, like today, ain't none of us shopping. On the Sabbath day, you know what we're supposed to be doing? Congregating, fellowshipping. That's why we right down the street together. We have not been taught the proper way. And what's happened is church, which is business, won't teach the commandments, because when you start teaching the commandments, people get offended. Like, here's another one. Homosexuality. What's the Bible say about homosexuality? But hold on. No, the social norm says it's okay. But right now, if we say it too loud and the right person hears us, they'll call the police and say that we out here gay bashing.
Right.
Being a homosexual ain't no different than being a whoremonger. You know that? A whoremonger, a man that sleeps from woman to woman to woman to woman. God sees you the same way. If when you lay down with a woman, that's supposed to be your wife. Give me that, Exodus 22.
Bring it out.
Did you know that? No. When you lay down with a woman, when you have sex with a woman, the only woman you're supposed to have sex with is who? Your wife. There ain't no such thing as girlfriend.
You can't spread your seed.
No, heck no. That's called whoremongering. And there's a judgment for that. Give me that real quick. Hebrews 13:4. When you go from woman to woman to woman to woman, ain't none of these women your wife? That's whoremongering. Watch this.
Hebrews chapter 13 and verse 4.
Read.
Marriage is honorable in all, and the bed undefiled.
Marriage is an honorable thing, and the bed is undefiled, God said. Read.
But whoremongers
Whoremongers, a man that goes from woman to woman to woman. Read.
and adulterers.
Adulterers, a man that sleeps with another man's wife, or a wife that commits adultery on her husband. Read.
God will judge.
God will judge. That's the Bible. So no, you can't go from woman to woman to woman, or women going from man to man to man. Have we been taught this? No, and not in church. It's not a big deal. There's no such thing as divorce. Only way you can divorce is if your wife commits adultery. We're not taught these things. Why? Because the social norms say no, that's not correct. You can't do that. Go back. Where I tell you to go before? Read.
The book.
What's up, brother? How we doing?
What's going on, bro?
The book of Exodus, chapter 22 and verse 16. And if a man entice a maid that is not betrothed and lie with her, he shall surely endow her to be his wife.
If a man entices a maid, you step to a sister, you kick it to her, right? And she's enticed. She's feeling you. If you lay with that woman, the Bible says you shall surely endow her to be your wife. There's no such thing as casual sex. But the world today has said, no, it's fine. Why? Because this Egypt we live in, give me that, Revelations 11. This Egypt that we live in today is modern day Sodom and Gomorrah. All the sexual immoral acts that was taking place in Sodom and Gomorrah is happening right here, right now. This is why it's gay as hell in Oklahoma City. It's gay as hell in San Francisco. It's gay as hell in Atlanta. And ain't nobody saying nothing. Where all the meat at, man? Where the fathers at? These little boys walking around tight pants looking like punks sticking out the daggone house. Where the daddies at? Oh, they destroyed the household. They done took the father out the house. Oh, you gave the woman welfare so she won't need the man, so they stays out the house. Oh, systematically they are destroying us. Read.
Revelation chapter 11 and verse 8. And their dead bodies shall lie in the streets of the great city.
Those dead bodies he's talking about us. Up until now, y'all didn't know y'all were the Jews. You didn't know that you were the Israelites. You knew? Okay, watch this. When you know, it empowers you. You got to act on it. But prior to now, y'all just thought, okay, everything is cool. The Bible says that we're dead bodies in that state of mind. It says that dead bodies shall lie in the streets of the great city. Read.
Which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt.
Why is America known as Sodom and Egypt? Slavery and sin. Slavery and homosexuality. Slavery and whoremongering. Slavery and fornication. Who built, y'all from here, who built Bricktown? Who laid them bricks? It was us. Our fault. Now the white folks was the ones that had us out there working. Just like right now, who's the one building up America? On whose back? Right now, the Hispanic man is breaking his back for who? Edom. But you know today is a white man. We have to come out of this way of thinking that we've been taught to just take God as just this optional thing. Okay, we just gonna worship God when it's convenient. No, every day you wake up, you're supposed to be thinking on how you gonna make sure you do right by God. Every day you wake up, everything that you do, everything that you read, that you put into yourself, you're supposed to be bettering yourself, right? Well, what happened to this? This is the knowledge that we get killed for. Give me that, Hosea 4. Not knowing this is going to get you killed. Living your life, that's Satan's plan, is that you live your whole life willy-nilly, not knowing what to do, and then you
Right.
die a dummy.
Right.
A biblical dummy.
It's your health, really.
You absolutely right.
Everything God tells you not to do is for your health.
Exactly.
So-
Same thing with the foods you eat. How we carry ourselves. Watch this. Hosea 4:6. All right, brother. Read that.
Hosea chapter 4 and verse 6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge.
Who is God's people? You, me, us. It says we're destroyed for lack of knowledge.
Right?
Are we given a pass because you didn't know? No, that's nowhere in the Bible.
Right.
He says, my people are destroyed for being ignorant. Read.
Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee.
God says, because you rejected knowledge, I'm also going to reject you. So you know how you reject knowledge? You see how them two sisters was here? And the moment that law came out, what they do? Uh-oh. That's how you reject knowledge.
Right.
When you don't want to listen. When you know what's being said is in the Bible and that thing inside you, that flesh inside of you is fighting like, oh, I don't know about that. Because it don't fit your social norm, you're fighting and rejecting. Give me Proverbs 1. God don't move like that. We got to learn how God is. The same God that created lions, tigers, and bears created you. Those creatures is dangerous, right? So what is the Lord? He ain't nothing to be played with, right? The same God that made fire. Is fire good? Does it feel good to you? If you get close to it, and well, if you want to warm up. But if you're in the fire, is it good? No. The same God created that. So is he one to be played with? No. Proverbs 1 and 20.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 1 and verse 20. Wisdom cries without.
This was happening right now. This is why we teach in the streets. And it's not just us here. The Israelites are waking up all over the world. All praise to the Most High. Everywhere, overseas, everywhere. Hold on one second. Watch this. It says, wisdom cries out. Read.
She uttereth her voice in the street.
That's what's happening right now. Come on.
She cried in the chief place of concord.
We go where all the people going to be, where everybody's traveling at, right? Watch this. Read.
In the openings of the gates, in the city, she uttereth her words, saying, how long, ye simple ones?
The voice of God is saying, how long, ye simple ones? You know what it means to be simple? If somebody calls you simple, what do they call you? Stupid. That's what it means to be simple. Because think about it. This whole time, we've had this Bible. This Bible been here longer than you've been here.
Right.
We've had the answer to our problems. We've had the answer to our issues.
Right.
But we won't open up the book. We'll say, well, let somebody else tell me about it, right? When God has given it to you. Right? It says, how long these simple ones, read?
Will ye love simplicity?
How long will you love the state of simplicity? Look at us. We out here gangbanging. There's drug sales going on right now. Let's be real about what's going on. Look at the state of our people. Where the men at that's going to do something?
Right.
Oh, we scared of these little kids. We scared of these little teenage gangbangers, right? We scared of these pimps, these hustlers. No, not the prophets of God.
Right.
We got to change the state of our people. And feeding them freaking crack and meth and everything else under the sun ain't helping. Read.
And the scorners delight in their scorning.
Read.
And fools hate knowledge.
Y'all hear that? It says fools hate knowledge. This is why y'all stopped. You had enough in you. Say, hold on, let me hear what they talking about. Hold on, what's that? A fool hates knowledge. A fool would just keep going. Go ahead.
The beginning of knowledge and wisdom is the fear of the Lord.
That's
the fear?
Psalms 111 and 10.
Wait, what is the fear of the Lord though? It's to hate evil, pride, and arrogance.
Uh-huh.
That is the fear of the Lord.
Okay, and to keep the commandments first and foremost.
Once you do that, then knowledge and wisdom
Will come into you. Absolutely. But it can't if what?
are not keeping His commandments, and you like evil, you like pride, and if you're arrogant,
Right.
you should gain, you
won't be able to. Now watch this. Same thing I say this to you. Anytime you're praying or prophesying, brother, you know what you're supposed to do? You're supposed to uncover your head. That's 1 Corinthians 11. Did you know that? No, don't say it. Don't do it because I said it. Well, you got to hear it. You got to hear it from the Bible first, right? Remember, cursed be the man that trusted the man that maketh flesh his arm, right? Read it real quick.
1 Corinthians chapter 11 and verse 3. But I will have you know that the head of every man is Christ.
Read.
And the head of the woman is the man.
Come on.
And the head of Christ is God.
That's the divine order from God. Read.
Every man praying or prophesying, having his head covered,
You hear that? Every man praying or prophesying, Rick,
dishonoreth his head.
It says, any man that prays or prophesying having his head covered, you dishonor your head. So whenever you speak about God, even standing here listening, you're supposed to what? You're supposed to uncover your head. 1 Corinthians 11.
I don't really follow them. I told you I'm Jewish.
Okay, hold on, wait.
I lean more towards the Jewish faith, so I do not really
Right. So wait, hold on. Watch this. And the reason why you feel that way is because you have yet been taught Christ.
Right.
So watch this.
No, I don't. I denounce Christ.
Okay, so watch. You denounce the Lord. Do you know anything about Christ? Historically, who are the Jews?
No.
Where you been, brother? Where you been? Give me that. You quoted it. Let's get it. Psalms 111 and 10. You quoted the scripture. I want to show you something. Psalms 111 and 10.
Bring it out.
The book of Psalms, chapter 111 and verse 10.
Read.
The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom.
The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. You quoted this. Read.
A good understanding.
And a good understanding, meaning those that understand this word, read.
Have all they that do his commandments.
That have all they that do his commandments. When you lack understanding, it's because of what? You tracking? Listen to me. When you lack understanding, it's because you're not doing what? Watch this. Read. Pay attention.
His praise endureth forever.
Read it again.
The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom.
Come on.
A good understanding have all they that do his commandments.
So in order to have a good understanding, what do you have to do? What do you have to do?
Good understanding.
Huh? And what else? Read it again.
A good understanding have all they.
Shalom, Israel. This is Bishop Nathaniel. I want you to know that you can view all our Sabbath classes live on IUIC TV. That's right, I said on IUIC TV. Download the app today. Shalom.
That do his commandments.
What do you have to, in order to have a good understanding, what do you have to do?
Good understanding is good.
Of his word.
You gotta obey his commandments.
Thank you. This is why, hold on, this is why you don't understand when it comes to Christ. We just showed you who the real Jews are. Who are the Jews? Who did God say were going to slavery with slave ships? The Israelites. Who did God say would be punished for not keeping his commandments? The Israelites. What we're watching in real time is a good understanding have all they to do his commandments. Now I will say this. There may be, also give me Psalms 148. There is a disconnect when it comes to other nationalities. I want to show you. Psalms 147. I said 140, I'm sorry. 147. Read that. Yes, sir.
The book of Psalms, chapter 147 and verse 19.
Read.
He showed his word unto Jacob.
Who is Jacob? Right. So Jacob in this sense is representing who? God, exactly. The nation. God's people. Read.
His statutes and his judgments unto Israel.
He showed his statutes, which is the laws, and the penalties for breaking those laws unto who?
Unto Israel.
Who is Israel? Which is who? What you see today. Blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans on the TV. Watch this. Read.
He hath not dealt so with any nation.
God hasn't given this understanding to any other nation. This might be why you're not tracking. Again, you said you was from East Africa. A lot of our people were in East Africa. Okay, but you say you're Somalian, East African. Now, you do know that Somalians or what they call Cushites were the ones that enslaved us. That historically is accurate. So you may not be a Jew. And this might be why you're having a problem tracking. Whatever the case is, I'll implore you, because you said you denounced Christ. I implore you to study. Because again, read that one more time.
He showed his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel.
This brother's not having a problem tracking. See what I'm saying? This is plain English when you see it, but God has to give it to you. You understand? Go back, 1 John chapter 2. 1 John 2 and 3. Historically, the only reason why a person would not believe on Christ is if they've been influenced by the Amalekites. You know who they are? Those are the people today that are called themselves Jews. Give me Revelations 2. Those are the people today that are calling themselves Jews but are not the real Jews. They live in Israel, but they have no connection to the children of Israel. Read.
The book of Revelation, chapter 2 and verse 9. I know thy works in tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich. And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews.
And I know the blasphemy of them that say they are Jews. Read.
And are not.
And are not. The Jewish people today, they're not the guys. It's you.
Right.
The people that call themselves Jew today, they're not the one. Read that again.
I know thy works in tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich.
But thou art rich.
And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not,
Read.
but are the synagogue of Satan.
God calls them the synagogue of Satan. Why? Because they took your nationality.
Right.
The so-called Jew man today calls himself Jewish. The people in Israel, the people with the yarmulkes, the people that have the tzitzits, they are not the Israelites.
Right.
They're not the Jews.
Right.
But the people that are really the Jews are be called what? Blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, Puerto Ricans, Cubans, Dominicans, Haitians. You dang Skippy. Well, I'll say this. We did put him up. The Israelites did. Meaning at that time, you had a lot of people that didn't believe. But guess what? It was the Herodians that was there. The Romans was there, the ones that killed him. Same people, same white folks.
Bring it out.
When you read about the Jews in the Bible, what color did they look? What color was King Solomon?
Bring it out.
Let me get that. Songs of Solomon chapter 1.
Bring it out. Bring it out.
Songs of Solomon chapter 1 and verse 1. Watch this.
The Song of Solomon, chapter 1 and verse 1.
Read.
The Song of Songs, which is Solomon.
Whose book is this? Solomon. You tracking? Read.
Verse 5.
Come on.
I am black.
Read that again.
I am black.
What did King Solomon say?
I am black.
What color was King Solomon? According to what? Let's read it again.
I am black.
Let him see it. What color was Solomon? You still don't know? Again, that's why there may be a disconnect. And it's nothing wrong. We understand that. We just see it in real time now. You understand? There's a disconnect when it comes to people of another nation and the Israelites. When God gives it to you to see, you can see. But when you don't got it, you can't see. Read it one more time.
Song of Solomon, chapter 1 and verse 5. I am black, but comely. O ye daughters of
Give
Jerusalem.
me Job 30 and 30. What color was Job? Huh? What color was Job? Let's read that. Job 30 and 30.
Bring it out.
We in the Old Testament. Read.
The book of Job, chapter 30 and verse 30.
Read.
My skin is black.
What color is Job? You don't know. You don't see that there's a block? There's something stopping you.
Bring it out.
You said black. Read it again.
My skin is black.
So what does that mean? To this day, watch this. To this day, they call us what?
Black is like a derogatory term.
Okay, give me Acts 13. Listen. It's not a derogatory term.
American thing that's really.
That's what's derogatory when you call us African American.
Right.
But when you understand the term black has been used to describe people of color since the beginning of time. The Hebrew word Phineas. Yes, you ever heard of Phineas? Remember Phineas who stood up and took the spear and cast it through them folks that was in the midst of. Okay, let's wait for a second. Give me that. Acts 13.
The book of Acts, chapter 13 and verse 1.
Read.
Now there were in the church that was at Antioch certain prophets and teachers, as Barnabas and Simeon, that was called Niger.
Spell it.
Niger.
What does Niger mean?
I know it's a country over there, but I don't know.
Niger, wait, no, you're right, it is a country over there. But the term Niger is from the Latin, which means black. You probably know somebody right now nicknamed Black. That's us. That's how we would. A very dark-skinned man, he might have been called Black. I got a couple blue black brothers over here now. That was just a nickname for this man. You see what just happened? when there's a disconnect, it's for a reason. God only showed this to the children of Israel. Read that again.
Now there were in the church that was at Antioch certain prophets and teachers, as Barnabas and Simeon, that was called Niger.
That was called nigger or Niger, which means black. That's why they call us niggers here. The word is from the Latin. I want you, when you get a chance, go back and Google it. Go ahead.
So someone called me that. I should look at it in the Bible.
No. Just know when they say it, they're trying to offend you.
That's right.
When there's a thing called word speak, meaning you keeping up with the common terminologies of today. When a white person calls you nigger, you know he's trying to offend you. But when we read here, that was a term just meaning black. Same thing as Phineas means the Negro. It's just black, okay? But watch this. The only way to understand this Bible is to fear God and to keep his commandments.
That's right.
That's the only way. If you don't, you won't have the understanding. You won't understand this Bible, and it'll be gibberish. Like my man said, he denounces Christ. He don't even know Christ.
Right.
Let alone who the children of Israel are.
Right.
Now watch this. Give me 1 John chapter 2.
The book of 1 John, chapter 2 and verse 3. And hereby we know that we know him,
Hereby we know that we know him, read.
if we keep his commandments.
You see how the stipulations didn't change from the old and to the new?
Right.
It's still the same thing. This is how we know the Lord.
Right.
If we keep his commandments, read.
He that saith, I know him, and keepeth not his commandments, is a liar.
Say what?
Is a liar.
I had to swallow this pill at one point.
Right.
Because I said I knew the Lord, but I wasn't doing the commandments.
Right.
Now me, I'm a man of action.
That's right.
If something's about to happen to me, if I know I'm about to get hurt, if I know something bad is coming my way, I am going to adjust so that I don't get hit whatever's coming my way, right? I understood that though I thought I knew God, I did not really know him. I had to humble myself and keep the commandments so that I could truly know the Lord.
Verse 5. But whoso keepeth his word, and him verily is the love of God perfected.
And him verily is the love of God perfected. That's the perfection we got to get to.
Right.
We ain't gonna start off perfect. Don't think that we coming off like, oh man, we did it just like that. No, it ain't easy.
Right.
Especially if you battling certain addictions, battling certain circumstances that you may be going through. Regardless, we're here for you. Y'all know where our school is at? If y'all ever drove by the school, we right down the street, 1617, Northeast 23rd Street.
Right.
We gotta keep God's commandments and come back to who we are if we're gonna change our community. Sis, how you doing, sis? Have you ever seen us out here before? Take care, brother. What's your name again? Carlos. All right, I'm IBL.
She subscribed on and everything.
Come on, sis. You in there now. Come check us out, sis.
Been in there.
Where you from? Where you from, sis?
Here,
You from here? Like, where's here?
Oklahoma.
I'm talking about what side of town?
I'm from all, you know, I've been east, south, west.
Okay,
I just on the
so
east.
watch this. Tell me this. What's wrong with the black man today? Come on, sis.
About the street now. Come on.
See, we out here to have real
Now you got to keep it
conversations.
real.
Sis, listen, we're here to have real conversations that's going to benefit our nation. We want to talk about the things that our people are afraid to talk about.
Right.
What's wrong with the black man today?
Well, to be honest, I don't even mess with them like that.
Why is that?
I just don't.
I know,
even,
that's right.
I say to myself.
Why is
So,
that?
because they just
They bugged out, right? So tell me this. What do you think happened? How did we get to this point?
I don't know.
What if I told you it was because we left the laws of God?
Right.
What if I told you it's the culture's fault? Today, I don't want to ask you how old you are. I'm going to tell you how old I am. I'm 41 years old. I've been on this earth 41 years, and I done watched the culture deteriorate into what it is now.
Right.
And even prior to me being here, the culture been deteriorating because we left God's laws. You believe in this Bible? You believe in the Lord?
Yeah.
Okay, so watch this. What would happen if black men across the world decided, you know what? We're going to stop this gangbanging. We're going to actually do what Jesus said.
Right.
I'm going to love my neighbors. I love myself. What would happen to us as a people?
I don't know.
We'd be able to come out of this stigma. Look at us. The East Side's been the East Side for how long? Years. We'd be able to come out of this nonsense that we in. But better than all that, we'd inherit the kingdom that is approaching. Right now, our children don't know we got to keep God's commandments. Right now, our youngsters is running around doing whatever they want to do, thinking that it's okay in the Lord. That ain't Bible, sis. I implore you. You got a flyer? Okay, check us out. We right down the street, sis. We've been here for years. Notice we ain't, a lot of folks is afraid to talk to us. We'll talk to you. It's just that we as a people, we got to submit to this. All right? Read that one more time.
Verse 3. And hereby we do know that we know him. If we keep his commandments.
This is how we know the Lord. You keep the commandments, sis? You keep the commandments. All right, watch this. You know there might be some commandments you ain't heard of.
Yeah, there's
Right?
a lot of stuff that I'm not, you know what I'm saying, immune to right now about the Bible. You know?
Okay, so this is what I'm talking about. For us to come out of this situation, we got to do what's here. So all that stuff that may not be what we want to do right now, we got to change. Otherwise, we're never going to see anything better in our communities.
Right.
It's never good. We can march, we can vote, we can walk up and down the street hoping the white folks will feel sorry for us. It'll never change.
Right.
We got to come back to this.
Right.
What you got? Read.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 22 and verse 5.
Come on.
The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man. Neither shall a man put on a woman's garment.
So what's that mean, sis? You see how our men out here cross-dressing? Let's be real, sis. Right now, we don't know who's in the bathroom.
Right.
We have no idea who's in the restroom. If I send my daughter in the bathroom, I gotta stand in the crack of the door like, hey, hello? Who's in there?
Right.
And I gotta listen for bass. See what I'm saying? Why? Because the world has been turned over to confusion. And it happened a long time ago, sis. What is that? What is it that men are wearing today that pertain to a woman? What are men putting on? How are they cross-dressing? What are men wearing that women wear?
Leggings, skirts.
Skirts, a dress. Is a man supposed to be in a dress, sis?
No.
How we doing, sis? You all right? Is a man supposed to be in a dress?
No.
No. But you know what happened? The world said, no, it's okay.
Right.
It's all right. Right? But sis, hold on. What are women wearing today that pertain to men?
Bring it out. Bring it out.
Come on, sis. I guarantee you, again, I don't know how old you are, but I guarantee you your great-great-grandmother did not wear pants.
Right.
That was unheard of back then. They wore dresses. Why? Because that's what God said. Long dresses. They covered themselves up. But again, things have changed. It's going to get to the point, sis, where men wearing dresses is going to be normal. You ain't even going to bat an eye. It's going to be like, oh, he got a nice dress on. Because it's happened today. I know, don't be mad at me, sis, but I'm just telling you the truth, sis. It's real. Our young men are not growing up to be men anymore. They're growing up to be young women. You realize that? That's what's happened. It's the same thing happening to our sisters. We have to come back to this, sis, because if we don't, we're going to die here.
What is the nation? Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is children with role models.